I really love watching doctors talk. It's a passion of mine. In 2016, my husband actually got diagnosed with a triple hit of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and they only gave him a 35% chance of curing it, told him he was going to die and all this other stuff. And I researched it, and I came up with about 20 different vitamins, herbs, enzymes, minerals, mushrooms, and we had it gone in about 3 months, to his oncologist's dismay. So my passion is listening to doctors talk and learning alternative methods for cancer treatment, natural therapies. I'm a homeopath, herbalist, Reiki master. I'm a holistic health practitioner. I'm certified in complementary and alternative medicine. I'm a clinical kinesiology student. I'm actually studying to get my Ph.D. in holistic natural health and nutrition. And that's actually how my book came about. Was my school asked me to write an herbal course for them. So in order to write the herbal course, I had to write a book, and then the course would go with the book. So that's my passion, is plants, plant medicine, healing people. My business is Nature's Mysteries Apothecary. I'm the alchemist, and I'm also a Reiki master. I Reiki all my products, and we've gotten so many live video testimonials on our products that we started a YouTube channel. And those are from people suffering from like muscular dystrophy, scoliosis, plantar fasciitis, arthritis, Parkinson's, migraines, insomnia, chronic pain, after surgery pain, broken ribs. Like, we have a YouTube channel. You can connect to it on our website. So that's my passion, is helping people feel better, healing people, and learning how plant compounds work in our body. I decided to write 3 books. So my school asked for the book to not have any reference to cannabis or hemp in it because of the state they're in. They have different laws there, so I didn't put any reference to that. But myself, being a clinical cannabinoid clinician, a graduate of the clinical cannabinoid medicine curriculum, I felt as if it's my duty to inform people and educate them about their endocannabinoid system, the way it works in our bodies, and how you can utilize it to help yourself feel better. So I wrote another book. The book for the school details 33 herbs and their uses. And then the other book is detailing 33 herbs. Cannabis is one of them. And it has a complete section all about the cannabis plant and your endocannabinoid system. And then the third book is completely cannabis medicine. So it doesn't have the other 33 herbs in there. You're strictly learning cannabis medicine. But that's not all that the books are about. There's a variety of ways that you could boost your immune system, and a number of lifestyle choices that we make that actually decrease our immune function are in there as well. We compare pharmaceutical medication to plant medication. We go over biodynamic gardening principles, the law of opposites, the doctrine of signatures, of course, alternative cancer treatments. We also talk about pet cancer. There's a whole section, herbs for children, for parents, and pregnant women who are looking for nutritional recommendations and other advice. So it's 500 plus pages, the books are, so they're pretty extensive. There's a lot of information in there. So my business is located in Westmore, Vermont, which is by Lake Willoughby. It's in the Northeast Kingdom. But there's way more trees here than there are people, which is the way we like it. And so whenever I go sell stuff, I always have to go pretty far away. I attend markets in Boston, Rhode Island, some in New York. I attend a farmer's market in Vermont that's in Waitsfield. That's about 2 hours from me. So we're really far out. There's not much up here, but I'm celebrating 20 years in business. And I started out formulating body care products. And at that time, we weren't allowed to add any CBD to our products. And since CBD became legal and it was an allowable ingredient in our formulations, I started adding that. But I got a lot of testimonials before that because I like to utilize many different plant compounds, and I'm familiar with the way that they work in the body. Like I said, I'm an essential oil coach, so I utilize essential oils in many of my preparations. And it's been quite the journey. First I started selling to stores. So I sold my products to 25 stores in 5 states. That was before I started doing the CBD. And it went really well. I really liked doing that. So I thought, but then once I found out about farmers markets, I really liked farmers markets because many times it's often the same customers that come back every week. And, you know, I just love to have people come back and tell me how great my products were and how much they helped them and how they told their friend, or they'll bring their friend back and say, this is my mom or my sister or my cousin or my friend, and she has this going on with her, and we just thought, because you helped me, maybe you could help her too. And so I really like the one-on-one interaction with my customers going to shows as opposed to selling my products to stores. So then I just kind of faded out stores. I quit wholesaling my products. And then once I started selling the CBD products again, I wanted to get that medicine out there once I realized what an impact it was having and how many people we were helping. So then I did start going out, and we have our products in about 20 stores in Vermont now. But that was when I first started formulating the CBD products, that I was able to get them into stores. Now I am so busy. We have so many people referring us from their friends and family that I don't have time to go to the stores. If I found a distributor, I'd be, you know, way into getting my products into stores because I want to get them out there. But personally, I just don't have the time to make the connections with the owners and take the time to travel these far distances to the stores. So now I'm pretty much focusing on, since the pandemic, it's pretty much been online sales for sure. So my business pretty much focuses now on CBD products. I add hemp to my products, and the challenges that we face, where do you want to start? So, okay, so let's start with credit card processing. CBD is legal in all 50 states, so there shouldn't be any reason why you couldn't get a merchant processor on your website. When I created my website, so I've had a website, you know, for a very long time, but I had one for 10 years that was, it just got outdated and it wasn't mobile user friendly. So then I had to make a new one, and I made it on Squarespace, and they offer Stripe or PayPal as payment options on the website. So I signed up for both of them, and I'm not a web developer. I'm an alchemist and formulator and holistic health practitioner. So it took me about 3 or 4 months to make the website. I cried pretty much every day all through it. Like, it wasn't fun at all. And at the first week after I launched it, Stripe wrote to me and said, I think it's called Stripe, that they wouldn't work with me anymore because I sold CBD products, but I still had PayPal for a backup. So I was really happy about that. Then it was kind of crazy. I tried to offer free shipping, and my website would not stop charging people shipping. So I never have returns. Everyone always loves our products, but I had to refund the shipping. And I think that's what triggered PayPal, because I kept giving people back $7.95, and then they said they were going to stop working with us. So then they stopped working with us. So then I didn't have any processor on the website. And I searched far and wide, and it ended up that there was that Elevon, who was the kind of overseeing large bank that was processing CBD, kind of like put a shutdown to it. So then nobody could do it anymore, and everyone said it was going to take months. So my customers just got used to calling and having to order over the phone. Then I found out about Venmo and Zelle. And those are other options that people are able to utilize on our website. And then all of a sudden it became like it was okay. Now it was okay. We can have CBD processors on the website. So I signed up with Square, actually. And I signed up with them, and I went to the farmer's market and I sold a bunch of stuff. And I got a notice that I was going to get the deposit put into my account, and it never came. And I wrote to them and said, hey, what's up? And they said, on your website, you need to take all the information off your website, all your live video testimonials. Remember I said I got so many, you get tired of watching them. I take them very seriously because they're all from folks that we've helped. So I'm not going to take them off the website. So they said, if you want your funds released, which I didn't make off the website, those funds were made at the farmer's market. They said, if you want those funds released, you need to take all your information off your, like everything. I have all this information about your endocannabinoid system, how it works in your body, information about our products. Like I have a lot of information. I teach a triple CBD workshop series, so I'm pretty passionate about informing people. And I wouldn't do it. So I talked to my lawyer, and my lawyer said, if you don't want to work with them, you don't have to take it off, because I thought I had to take everything off to get the money and then I'd put it back on. But he said, you don't have to do that. Just tell them you don't want to work with them. So now any other processor that I have spoken with has actually told me that I need to take all the information off the website. And I don't want to take all the information off the website because a lot of people don't know where to turn. There's a lot of information about CBD out there. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know if it's legit. And I am a legit source. I'm, like I said, a graduate of the clinical cannabinoid medicine curriculum. I'm a clinical cannabinoid clinician. I'm a trusted source. You can listen to me and know that what I'm telling you is actually going to help and be safe. So I'm not going to take it off. When my customers call or people email and say, I was trying to order on your website and PayPal's not working, I tell them, I'm sorry, I could get a processor on there and you could, seamlessly order online, but then you wouldn't have any of the information. And every customer that I say that to always agrees with me that they would much rather have the information on there than not. So that's our biggest struggle for sure, is getting the medicine. I was also at a show in Boston at the, I was in Boston or Springfield at the Big E. And I mean, like, I was all set up. We're like, the show's a 3-day long show. We're like a day and a half into it, selling the hell out of stuff. I even got some live video testimonials there. And then all of a sudden, my booth is like packed full of people. And all of a sudden I see the coordinator asking me to come over, and there's a lady with the Big E sweatshirt. And they're like, yeah, so, we're not supposed to have any CBD people selling here, but we're not going to ask you to leave or anything. We're not going to make you leave. We're just going to allow you to direct your sales to your website. And I'm like, not doing that. Okay. I'll just ship it to the people. I'm not going to tell them like that they have to go to my website. And the lady said, okay, good. I'm glad that you found a way around it. And I looked at the promoter and said, like, why did you let me come here? Why didn't you tell me? And he said, we didn't know. We had no idea. And the woman actually said to me, we get this all the time where we have CBD people come and set up, and we actually have to tell them that they got to leave, and we don't want to tell them that they have to leave. So we just let that. And I'm like, you guys should get your trip together, because that's pretty inconvenient. You have people coming from all over that travel hours, that set up, that pay for hotels, and then you tell them they can't sell products, So we actually, I'm kind of resourceful. We found a little way around it. The first day we had about $400 in orders to mail out, not the amount that the orders were, but just in shipping. And I didn't want to incur those charges for the next day. So what I started doing was selling bags. I would sell, I was around Christmas time, so I had these decorative bags. I would just sell them the bag for $65, and then they got a free CBD product with it. So that was my way of getting around it. Okay, so, well, I like making my own hours. I like the fact that if it's someone's birthday, my daughter's birthday, my grandson's birthday, I don't have to go to work if I don't want to. I can just stay home and hang out with the family. Being an entrepreneur means to me just so much freedom, not listening to anyone. I like being my own boss. I like creating my job for the day. There's many different duties that a business needs to complete over a lifetime, but say a week. And so I like that I can pick what I want to do. If I want to work on the website today, I will. If I want to work on doing my taxes, I will. If I want to work on marketing, I can do that. It's up to me. I'm the boss. I like that I don't have to work with people that I really don't like. I like that I'm the one who decides where we go. I don't have to go to shows that I don't like. If I go to that show and I realize that I don't like that show and I don't want to go back to it, I don't have to. It's not like a show that I have to go back to because we did well there. And even though I didn't like it, my boss is making me go back. I did waitressing for a lot of years, and I really didn't like the way that people talked to me as a waitress. So I enjoy the fact that I don't have to continue working in a situation that I'm not fulfilled in, that I don't feel happy in, that sometimes even causes anguish, and that I have to go back to every day. I love the fact that when my husband was sick, I was able to spend every second with him because I had my own business. I mean, my whole business completely stopped. It just shut down. I didn't go to the markets anymore. I didn't have to worry about losing my job or what was going to happen. I mean, we did take the loss of income, of course, but I still enjoyed being able to make those decisions for myself and my family, where my time was going and how it was going to be spent, and not risking the loss of ever having a good referral from another employer because I needed to quit under emergency circumstances, something like that, you know. It takes a lot of trial and error, but in the beginning, I think, you know, finding your niche, figuring out how to market yourself, who's your best audience, where's the place that you want to direct your attention so you're not wasting it. Like I was saying with wholesale. So when I was doing wholesale, I would, you know, like I said, all the stores were far away. So I was driving like hours to these stores, and sometimes owners don't come in because they are entrepreneurs and maybe their kid's sick or they didn't feel like coming in that day, and they have a whole business, and that's why they have employees. And if they don't come in, it's not like they called any salesperson that they said, sure, come in next week, I'll be in all week, and let any sales, they probably don't even know all the people that they told that to. So I would end up making trips to these stores and then the store owner not being there. Granted, it only happened twice, but you make that far of a trip. And at that time, I have 3 daughters. I had 3 daughters within 5 years. So my daughters are very close in age, and I took them with me. I homeschooled. I took them with me when I went to markets or stores or anywhere. They were all really well behaved, but then it was hours in the car with them. And then, you know, there wasn't GPSs back then. So I got lost. I get lost a lot trying to find these stores, and pretty much it was from hell. So I was really happy when I found farmers markets. And so then there's like, before I found farmers markets, I was doing craft shows, and a lot of the craft shows cost between $400 and $700 to do. And which, if you have a booming business, which I do now, it's fine. But in the beginning, when you're just starting out, it's hard to invest that much and then not even know if you're going to make it back. And so I would do that with those big craft shows. And then once I found out about the farmers markets, the Waitsfield Farmers Market is pretty well-to-do, and it's a pretty well-known market. There's like 60 vendors, so it's one of the more upscale ones. But that one costs like $450 for the year. And that's a very expensive market. So like most farmers markets, like in your town, probably you could find a farmers market and go for the year for probably under $200. A lot of them that are in smaller towns around here were like $35 for the year. If you don't want to go work for, and right now no one can go work for someone else. So if you, like I said, people just need to look within. I know a lot of people that are selling plants right now, that have plants that are just selling their cuttings in plant groups. It's like, what's your passion? That would be my advice to people, would be, what's your passion? And then just try to figure out, like I said, try different avenues like I did with the wholesale and with farmers markets and craft shows, until you find the one that resonates with you, that you really feel like that's the one for you. And you'll know it, you know it when you find it, and you know it when you haven't. Well, my hack is, the Venmo and Zelle. because I couldn't get any processors on my website. So that was a way for me to get around it. So for any other CBD merchants out there that are having difficulties finding a merchant on their website, Venmo and Zelle, and like if you have older patients or customers, a lot of them don't have Venmo or Zelle, but I've even had younger customers that haven't and older people that have. So you can't really judge by age who will have these apps anymore and who won't, because older people are getting more savvy. And if you tell, I've had people that didn't have Venmo or Zelle, and when I told them about it, then they found out about it and then they got it. And like I said, we've received so many testimonials from folks that have been to doctors, been on opioids, tried everything and nothing worked. So we recommend microdosing for people, and for consumers. So that's what we've been doing to try to get around it, is, recommending microdosing for people so that they can afford it. I mean, I used to say that before pandemic and everything, but what we recommend for people is microdosing so that they can save their money. So that's kind of like a business hack that we have, because everyone else is recommending that people take dropperfuls. So our theory is, why not start, go low, go slow, and work your way up if you need to, you know what I mean? I would say just, researching your sources, always trusting yourself. Like if something feels like it's not right, it probably isn't. So I have made mistakes because I've thought people were legit that I've done business with, and then it ended up that they weren't. And I feel like at the time there was something inside me that kind of maybe told me that, but I don't know why, but you don't want to believe it. You just want to believe the best in people. So I would say always follow your instinct, always, always, always. But starting out when you're in your 20s and your 30s and you're not sure and you're figuring it out and you have these inclinations and instincts and you don't listen to yourself because you don't trust yourself because you figure other people know more or something. Now, always listen to yourself, always follow your heart and listen to your gut. Go by feelings, always. Well, one thing you could do is write like a pros and cons list. And odds are anything that you want to do that you're, thinking that you can't do, odds are the pros will overweigh the cons, especially if the cons are just like money, something like that. Because if you have your mind set to something and you set your intention to it, and every cell in your body is determined with your will to do it and make it happen, there's nothing that's going to be able to stop you. So set your intention, make your plan. Writing down your goals is very powerful. I know it sounds crazy, but looking at yourself in the mirror and saying your goals is also very powerful. Affirmations. So if there's something you want to do and you have reservations about it, try to look within and see what those reservations are about. Like, what's stopping you? You probably are feeling afraid of something. And if you try to get over that fear, then what is it? If it's not fear, what is it really that you're afraid of? If it doesn't work out, so it doesn't work out. So you do something else. You have nothing to lose. I would just say write down whatever, like I said, is holding you back, whatever is your obstacles, ways that you think that you could get around them. I kind of like to have my own ideas. But if you were struggling and you didn't know what to do, you could start looking at other people that do things that you're interested in and just see how they're doing it, and not that you want to copy anyone. You definitely don't want to copy anyone. But when you see how some people are doing it, you might look and be like, I would never do it that way. Like if I was going to do it. So there you go. The only way you really learn is trial and error. You know what I mean? And yeah, even if you do miss out on hundreds of or even thousands of dollars, so it's a lesson. A lot of times people might not buy something right away at that moment, but they go away, they take your information. When they're bored at home, they start looking over your website, or their friend says, they have some kind of pain and they go, oh, you know, I just met this lady and she was saying that she got so many live video tests. I have this brochure where you smile at everyone that goes by and you try to let your light shine as bright as you can to attract people over. Talk about what you're good at, talk about what you know about, and let people know that you're legit, you know what you're talking about, you're a good resource for people. And sometimes you got to give stuff away. I've given a lot of stuff away, but that's how people find out that your stuff's good, is because sometimes you got to give it away. And it feels good to give it away. And then people are like, man, she was so nice. She actually gave me this, you know? And it makes everybody feel better. So it's, you know, what goes around comes around. So as a business owner, a lot of times there is a lot of sacrifice, a lot of maybe not being rewarded, but in the end you are rewarded. So don't ever think that your effort is for nothing, because it all counts in the end.